Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the After Hours Gaming League. It's brought to you by Day9.tv. Yes, indeed. My name is Total Biscuit, bringing you this series between Team Dropbox and Team Facebook. I bring you in the yellow trunks to the southwest of this particular map. He's playing Protoss. He is playing for Team Facebook. He is TS Tanke. And his opponent, hailing from Team Dropbox, he is playing Terran. He is to the southeast of this particular map in the pink trunks. It is... I am not saying that. That is not happening. I'm sorry. This cast is far too professional, so I'm going to have to come up with something. Yes, this will work. In the pink trunks, Asmongier. Yes, there we go. Asmongier, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, the pink trunks for Team Dropbox. It may scare you to know that Asmongier is in fact the server team lead for Dropbox. If you're not familiar with what Dropbox is a kind of file collaboration site. It's an easy way to say it. Basically, you can put things on Dropbox. It's very easy for other people to get a hold of those things that you put on Dropbox. We use it for collaborations in, say, the game station if we want to share audio files and video. Very effective for that kind of thing. And if you've not heard of Facebook, then allow me to officially welcome you to the internet. Whatever the case, TS Tanke is a software engineer for Facebook, and the After Hours Gaming League is a series where tech titans are pitted against each other in a battle to the death. And indeed, why not? We tried to throw them into some kind of spiked battle pit, but apparently that was against corporate regulations. Somewhere in the employee handbook, they're not allowed to do that. What a restrictive company that is. Gladiatorial battles are fantastic. They're great for employee morale. And this is why my company is a one-man operation. Whatever the case, Asmongier looking for some scouting action and not finding an awful lot, and a second barracks coming down for him, and it's actually out of the way. That's interesting, especially since he's not scouted his opponent yet. He's more likely to get scouted, as you can see right there. The probe's already turning back to go to the one place that he hasn't gone yet. He's more likely to get scouted first. Especially since Asmongier has only just started one Marine. So, really, you need 2 Marines to stop a probe from actually getting into your base, and there's no way he's going to have that in time. His first Marine getting completed as the probe passes the halfway point on this particular map. And in the meantime, TS Tanke, very standard opening build gateway, followed by Cybernex core, and a single assimilator. Could be all sorts of things. Could be a 4-gateway attack. Could be very aggressive. And as you can see, 1 Marine. Not nearly enough. And let's have a look around and see what we can see. TS Tanke is inside Asmongier's base. Yes, his base. That's actually 3 barracks coming up right there. Interesting. Very interesting. 3 barracks and no gas. Well, what are you going to do with 3 barracks and no gas? Mostly Marines is what you're going to be doing with that. And fully enough, TS Tanke did not get that information. So Asmongier, a very good job of hiding these 2 barracks. All sorts of things could be happening right now. He thinks there's a single barracks down. Admittedly, he scouted no gas, which to me would indicate that perhaps he's going to go with a fast expansion. He's going to dump down a command center right here. That's not what is indeed going to happen. He already has 3 barracks, producing Marines at a great rate. I have to wonder if he'll add on any more. We will certainly find out. Now Asmongier with some successful scouting. What does he find? Pretty much everything he wanted to, really. Second gateway coming down for TS Tanke right now. Finally, the SCV denied. And of course, the question this series will ask is because you happen to be a smart and successful software engineer or server team lead, does that mean you can be competitive in one of the most challenging esports in the world? Perhaps you can. We will find out. Marines! Plenty of Marines. Asmongier driving himself into TS Tanke's very small forces, really. I mean, let's be honest, it's a Zealot and a Stalker. You're not going to get too far with that. It was a good split there by TS Tanke, although admittedly he's going to end up losing that Zealot right here. If he's not careful, leg it, get out of there. TS Tanke had some perfect timing right here as the Stalker moves to secure this Zelnaga Watchtower. However, it's very likely that Asmongier will be able to turn around and doesn't do that, but never mind. That's actually good play by TS Tanke, picking off some reinforcements right here. Doesn't kill that one, he'll follow that one up, takes a little bit of damage. You can certainly take out the second, and in the meantime, here we go. Asmongier is starting to get a little bit aggressive right now. There's a bunker going down as well, although I believe that's actually going at the front because I'm certainly not seeing it anywhere else. Driving his way in there and trying to do some damage. Sentry is down, not using the Guardian Shield. Perhaps an error right there. Maybe he didn't have the energy for it, but whatever the case, TS Tanke taking a lot of firepower from Asmongier's Marines. However, there are no reinforcements on the way. There's the expansion right there. There's a free Zealot as well. However, he is running into a few problems. Asmongier taking some damage. A few probes pulled off the line, and nice efficient defense right here by TS Tanke, who looks like he's going to be able to drive this away with bare minimal losses. That's now 22 probes to 17. That's a big economic advantage right here for TS Tanke. That's what you want. It's what you need in a situation like this. AHGL now on the back foot as a direct result of that. He is way behind in terms of his technology. He did build a full barracks in the meantime, and he does have that tech lab on its way up. Should be able to get that running very shortly. In the meantime, continuing to stream Marines. Here's the problem. If you start going for Stim right now, it's going to take you ages to get it. Very, very, very long upgrade. You could go for something like, say, a combat shield upgrade. That doesn't take quite as long, but he's still in a pretty lousy position. Robotics facility on its way up, and that lack of economic advancement is not helping him one little bit. I suppose it's a good job he happens to be the server team lead and not the accountant. Whatever the case, there finally is the command center. Looks like AHGL trying to fudge a few numbers right here. And the question is, will he be able to build up enough of a force to bring down TS Tanke before the weight of TS Tanke's tech comes down on him? Because of shell upgrade coming in. I have to wonder why that is. I suppose it has to be the speed of the upgrade, really, because he does have the gas. He's got a lot of gas, and he's got nothing else to soak it up with. So he is sitting now on 4 barracks. 2 of them don't actually have add-ons on them and are not building anything, which makes me wonder why exactly he'd be playing like this. I would think maybe he'd want to try and follow it up with maybe a double factory or some starport action. He does have a factory coming down, but he's still got plenty of money. He needs to start getting some forces out on the field immediately. The supply count is certainly in favor of his opponent. Army supply larger, work supply way larger, and you can see the income comparison right here. Even with mule support not making too much of a difference, TS Tanke with a good lead. In the meantime, TS Tanke does have the robotics facility out. He can do all sorts of things with that. He has 1 observer. He's going to spot all manner of things. His little squid goes over there to have a look around and see what he can see, which is, of course, everything in the world. What a wonderful thing. Immortal on the way up as well. That could cause problems for AHGL if he decides to go for heavy Marauder action, which is, of course, what we've seen. It's perhaps a good guess right here by TS Tanke. He'll be able to confirm that, I would imagine. See the Marauders making their way out there. Admittedly, there's still quite a lot of Marines, so it could be a little bit tricky. Forge coming down, and a Twilight Council right here for TS Tanke. Starting to take advantage of the fact that he's been sitting on 4 gas for quite some time. Admittedly, he's not mining out of that one. He doesn't need it at the moment. Making sure to maximize his mineral input. Looking pretty good. A little bit of marine harassment will be annihilated, and of course give some good scouting information to AHGL, who now knows roughly the size of his opponent's army, as in bigger than mine. Let's not go there without some tech. Starport on the way up. Expect to see some medevacs coming out very shortly. The question is, will he be able to get them out in time? Because, quite frankly, looks like TS Tanke might have had enough. Concussive shell going on, but no stim and no combat shield. Not exactly ideal. Here comes the engagement, and that Guardian shield will cut so much damage out of that force. And TS Tanke smashing his way through AHGL. And AHGL is going to have to retreat immediately. Not using any concussive shells to cover his retreat. He doesn't actually have the numbers for it. He's losing Marines after Marines. He's going to take his final stand right here and lose a ton if he even tries that. Not wise. Right now, AHGL being pushed all the way back into his base. And this is going to be extremely problematic. More Marauders coming in, but that's just food for the Immortal. Will chew through those armored units, as you can see, smashing down on the remainder of AHGL's forces, who are getting absolutely crushed right here by TS Tanke, where you can see a proxy pylon's going to go down, and that could be the end for AHGL, who is lacking any real bunker defense right now. Oh, that Immortal is just chewing through. That's 5 kills, looking for a 6th. That is the expansion of AHGL destroyed. And there's the GG, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see. And that is, in fact, 1 apiece now with Team Facebook and their mighty warrior, TS Tanke, taking back the series. There's all to play for, ladies and gentlemen, this best of 5. My name is Total Biscuit. You are watching the After Hours Gaming League, and I shall see you in the next match. Don't go anywhere.